everybody and welcome to another F1 Manager 24 video, and today we are just doing the last race of the season really. I mean, we won the, if you didn't watch last video, make sure you go and check it out, but we won the Constructors' Championship and we won the Drivers' Championship, so what we need to do really is win with Perez. That's what we need to do, get Perez in front of Verstappen. So there is actually a lot on the line today, because we need Perez to beat Tsunoda and Verstappen. Yeah, let's head in to the race targets and the race weekend. 9th or higher, 10th or, we'll go 8th or higher with George Russell.
Season brings us to Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Better known simply as Interlagos, the Autodromo José Carlos Pache sits between two lakes here in Sao Paulo. The home of the Brazilian round of Formula One since 1973, plenty of champions have been crowned here, with many more to come. The previous Grand Prix saw Sergio Perez pass the checkered flag in first place. There's no doubt that the Mexican will be eyeing up his next podium finish. Let's get on with the weekend.
So the final order in practice one was as follows: Leclerc, Bortoleto, Alonso, Tsunoda, Lawson, Sargent, Behrman, Mini, Piastri and Bottas. Interesting to see both Ferraris in the top three. So that is the end of FP2 and the final results were as follows: Piastri, Norris, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Albon, Tsunoda, Sainz, Alonso and Ollie Behrman. Let's head in to FP3. So that is the end of free practice 3, and we got P1 and P2, and behind us was Piastri, Gasly, Tsunoda, Norris, Lawson, Sainz, Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. Let's head in to qualifying day. 96 and 97% drivers preparation. And you forgot what it was then.
Will practice pay off for the drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
The session will be divided into Q1, Q2 and Q3. With the slowest 5 drivers eliminated from each period, their best times will determine the grid for the upcoming race.
There's been a bit of talk about Alex Albon, Karun. How are things looking for him today?
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
What does today have in store? Only time will tell.
So starting our first flying lap in Q1, and we are one of the first people to go out. There is an Aston Martin coming out the pit lane. I believe that'll be the only bit of traffic we really get. This is a much more important race for Perez than it is for Russell. Russell's just sort of there. Like, if he can put what ideally the race result would be Perez, then Russell, then Tsunoda, then Verstappen. That's what we need. Perez, Russell, Tsunoda, Verstappen. So that put Perez second in the standings. But Russell's gone purple, so he's not keen on letting that happen, but up towards the line goes Perez. It is a 106.8, and it's a 106.4 for Perez. So starting our second flying lap in Q1. Yes, we need 2 flying laps in Q1 apparently. We've got a kick Sauber right behind us, but that shouldn't affect us too much. We just need to get a good, solid lap timing, because we're currently only 900ths off the elimination zone. It's a 18-1 in the first sector. I have no idea what we done last time, but it's an improvement, so I'll take it. Is this kick Sauber going to be in the way for the whole sector? Apparently so. Blocked us, probably cost us a fair bit. We're 6/10 off the leader, but it's a green second sector, so with all that blocking and we're still green, I can't imagine the first lap was very good. But up towards the line comes Sergio Perez. Goes P11 only. So the final order in Q1 was Tsunoda, Alonso, Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc, Lawson, Sainz, Sargent, Ocon, Behrman, Perez Albon, Norris, Gasly and Bottas, and knocked out was Ricciardo, Antonelli, Doohan, Bortoleto, Hadjar and Hulkenberg. Let's head into Q2. So starting our first lap in Q2, Russell is going out on the same set of tyres that he done one run in Q1 on. Perez is doing the same set of tyres that he done 2 runs in Q1 on, so Perez is at a bit of a disadvantage. I tried to position Perez in place for a slipstream, but that hasn't quite happened. Maybe he'll get a slight distance slipstream. Russell does a 18.1, Perez does an 18.2. But this is where the tyres are going to matter in the second sector, where all the corners are basically. All the corners bar 4. Wow. 32.9, 33.2. Wow, so this is going to be like half a second down for Perez. Bottas does a 7.5. Russell does a 6.4. So starting our second flying lap in Q2 then with Sergio Perez, and we have a decent little gap here. Doesn't look like there's going to be much traffic on the lap. It looks like that Ferrari ran out of fuel coming up to the line. Or maybe it just slowed down as it crossed the line, but the map wasn't so accurate. We are on a fresh set of tyres this time, so hopefully that will give us a slightly better lap time. It's an 18.0, so he's 2/10 up on his own first sector. There's a mistake been made. Russell, I'm keeping him for now. And Russell has 4 people finishing behind him already, so he's basically confirmed through almost. But Norris is in the drop zone, as is Leclerc, who's near it. Perez is in it. 33.0, so he's about 4/10 up right now. And coming up towards the line, what will it be? P6, much better. Although didn't beat his teammate who was on scrubs. And Leclerc is out by the looks of it. Yep, Leclerc is out. So the final order in Q2 is as follows: Alonso, Piastri, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Russell, Perez, Lawson, Sainz, Albon and Norris. And knocked out in this session was Sargent, Bottas, Leclerc, Ocon, Gasly and Behrman. Let's head into the top 10 shootout in Q3. So starting our first flying lap in Q3, Russell on fresh set, Perez on a scrub set. This is going to be interesting to see who will beat who, because I mean Perez on fresh couldn't beat Russell on scrubs in Q2, so, but I don't know, maybe that was just because of how much people there were, how many cars there were on track. It's a 18.071 for Russell, and Perez is 3/10 off that, so he's almost 4/10 off in just the first sector. How is that possible in such a short sector with the exact same car? 32.9, 33.3, so he's about 8/10 off already. Wow, Russell comes up to the line, it's going to be a 106.3, lovely time. And Perez is 3/4 of a second off that. So starting our final lap in Q3 then, on board with George Russell. Currently 4/10 off pole, even though I believe that's Verstappen's final lap. So let's see what he can do. Perez is also on fresh tyres now, so let's see what he can do. He needs to be at least P7 here. I mean, Verstappen, who he's fighting in the championship, is on pole, so we ideally need to be pole. Russell yellow in the first sector, so he's not quite as quick as what he was. Perez is green with an 18.1, so he's back in it now. He's about a 10th off Russell's time, which would put him P5, that's decent. Russell coming through the second sector, it is yellow again, 32.9. And Perez coming through the second sector, it's green with a 32.9. Russell comes up towards the line, doesn't improve, stays where he is. Perez is now going to come up towards the line, goes P6. I think Norris will be the last car to cross the line. Lawson splits us, beats Perez by 2 thousandths, that's not what we need. Russell comes up towards the line, splits us again, and Albon is on an in-lap, as was Piastri. So your grid then for the Brazilian Grand Prix is Verstappen, Tsunoda, Alonso, Piastri, Russell, Norris, Lawson and Perez. If it finished like that, Tsunoda would get 18 points, Perez would get 14 points. Perez would beat Tsunoda by 1 point. But yeah, yikes, everybody just turned up there and we turned down by the looks of it.
There's a terrific atmosphere here in Interlagos as the drivers prepare for 71 laps of scintillating action.
Brazil loves a home racer, and none more so than the brilliant Ayrton Senna. His victory here at Interlagos in 1991, fighting a broken gearbox, is one of the most emotional moments in F1 history.
Interlagos Sector 2 is a maze of twists and turns, demanding the highest downforce. Sectors 1 and 3 are high speed, however, giving drivers plenty to keep them busy around this thrilling track. It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go. Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. The anticipation and excitement may be building up, but there's a cool head on Carlos Sainz.
Starting in the top 10 is good, but they'll need to play the race really well to not lose places.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. Who will win? Only time will tell. Here at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh shit. I didn't do this for George. And indeed it is lights out and away we go. Russell's bound to lose a few places now, isn't he? Off the start with Perez, we've had a pretty neutral one. Russell's gone up to P4. Can he get round the outside of the McLaren? Yes, he can. Russell passed Piastri. Both cars on softs, which I didn't actually realise they're putting on the same lap. No. Right, these two are going to continue fighting. Perez passed Norris. Perez passed Norris. That's what we like to see. We need to get this V card as well, if possible. Right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, hello.
And just a reminder,
Oh,
guys.
Perez, man.
Copy.
Oh, that's my fault. I told him to use it. Oh, Russell. Trying to go round the inside of Tsunoda. Russell up into P2. Tsunoda ain't going to have it though. But Russell is. Russell shoves off Tsunoda. Perez up into P5. Wait. No. In fact, we have none. So there goes Piastri. But we need to be in front by turn 4. Russell takes the race lead. Perez gets back up in front of Piastri, sorry. And I believe he's now in DRS of Tsunoda. Indeed he is. And he's going to go down the inside on Yuki Tsunoda. Russell down to P2, down to P3 as he's fighting Alonso through the second sector. Is he going to keep it? No, Alonso looks like he's going to take that one. Yes, he does. Alonso takes that one. That's fine. Perez is now right here. Yes. Russell back up into P2. Indeed. And these three are fighting, and Tsunoda gets past Perez, but Perez gets past Alonso. Right, Russell's shaping for the race lead. He's going to try and go around the outside, which is just going to let Tsunoda through, which is brilliant. And Perez is now in front of Russell. No, Russell in front of Perez, which is probably how I'd prefer it, to be fair, because Perez is pitting first. I'm quite fine with these guys, chilling. Right, Russell. Try and maybe get away from Verstappen on those hards. But he didn't do it, so he used all that battery and all that just for nothing. I don't know why he's not getting him, because now every single time he does that, he puts Perez vulnerable. It's so stupid. Perfect timing to fall off a train. As he comes into the pits, Russell has now lost 2 positions. 2.1 second stop for Perez. He's going to be down. Not quite to plumb last, maybe. No, plumb last. Okay. Just keep on cooking, man. The pace from some of these guys on this game is ridiculous. There we go, we got Verstappen. Verstappen at bay and comes into the pits. I like this, I like when we're the ones going for the undercut rather than being overcut. 2.1 second stop. And a couple of cars come into the pits. And Perez is right on the back of Jack Doohan. Oh. Oh, there he is. Charles Leclerc and an Alpine this high. Heck. I was not familiar with your game. Oh. Gone round the outside on Jack Doohan. Lovely little move. Russell's now there, and he's going to try and go around the outside. Nothing coming of it. Gasly comes in. Russell can't get doing just yet. Right, please just send one. Oh my days. There we go, around the outside. Doohan comes into the pits. And we are not losing to Verstappen, but we're also not gaining, which is equally as frustrating. Perez up into P16. Russell stays P18 for now. Right, there we go, run. Right, Russell up in front of Bortoletto, that's what we needed. Oh, Sargent, McLaren, Antonelli all into the pits. So we're now up into 11th and 12th, and we are still in Verstappen's pit window with Perez. Here we go, down the inside of Bottas. A lovely little move, and Perez is up into P9. Leclerc again with this Alpine. Oh dear. Well, it's not Valtteri Bottas, so it must be Jack Doohan. So it might be a different Alpine actually, to the one he was racing for points. Yeah, it'll be Doohan. Yes, down the inside, Perez, nice, and Russell got Bottas. Oh, I can't, I pressed Y too late. And Russell's now going for, Perez gets Ocon, and now Russell gets Albon. Just about. Oh no, Russell didn't get Albon, sorry, just about. Because this traffic has really, really held us up. Nice. Then Alonso comes in. What does he come in for? Verstappen comes in. Alonso wants a hard, so he could be doing a one-stop. Verstappen's not doing a one-stop. I mean, we're doing what? A 1, 2, 3 stop, so yikes. Alonso fairly clear of Perez, and Verstappen not far behind Russell. In fact, he'll probably be on him this lap. Right, it's crucial that we defend from Verstappen today. Okay, never mind, it's not crucial that we defend from Verstappen, we'll just wave him past. Doing in qualifying. Verstappen is now sort of ahead of Perez, he was looking for it. Ocon's had an incident.
It's a big one.
It's a big
Possible
one apparently.
debris.
Now we're watching Esteban
Oh.
Ocon here.
I think Perez and Verstappen have come
Clear
together.
contact there, and they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
Hards, he's on a one-stop. He's going to be behind Russell for Perez for sure. Not sure about Russell though. Yes, he is going to be behind Russell just. Mediums. Because yeah, Norris and Piastri, Piastri I reckon, Piastri and Lawson I reckon will pit. Norris I reckon will stay out a few more. None of those guys pit, and Perez comes in for his second stop on lap 36, halfway through the race. No pit stop mistake please, 2.1 seconds, lovely. Okay. Okay. Right, beans. Right, okay, we're out in 15th. Why not extend it one lap? Or actually, how many can I extend it? I reckon if we extend that one, yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, banging. He's gonna come out. It looked fairly slow. He's gonna be out miles in front. Yeah, he's going to be out miles in front. Whole 7 seconds. Perez overtakes Behrman. Right, run away. This. Okay. Russell's coming in. Right, into the pits we go. Lawson's just there, to be fair. Fastest lap from Perez. He's going to be out in front of Lawson. And he now gets the Aston Martin. Just need him not to crash. Right, Perez is getting overtaken by Leclerc. We can't be sitting with Leclerc, man. We just can't. He's not on fresh tyres. We need to just get him and go. Right, get him and go. There we go. Oh, alright, well that should give us DRS then, right? He comes in, so does Verstappen. Lots going on. Norris is here with a train of cars, lovely. There goes Norris, points behind still. So if Tsunoda's not going to win, which it doesn't look like he is, we need at least P8 with Perez. He'd come out 4. I mean, Russell's going to be coming out, what, 55 seconds off the lead. Now that's a danger zone. 5 laps till we pit. Can we pit a little earlier? Because if so, I reckon it'd be good too. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, Lawson's come past as well. I didn't really want that to happen, but it's bound to happen at some point. Right, we need to get ideally both of them here. And give us free pushing. There we go. Perez comes into the pits on lap 53 for the final pit stop. So this is where we're actually going to know how bad our pain is. It's a 2.3 second stop. So not the fastest we've had today. Should be out just by Leclerc, who's conveniently set the fastest lap on our pit lap, which means he is going to be in front of us by a fairly decent margin. A fairly decent gap, to be fair. Go on. No, we're not let. Perez, get your life together. Can't do anything. What's wrong with you? Russell comes into the pits. 2.4. Lawson and Norris swap. Sainz and Leclerc swap. Russell's out just in front of 2 Aston Martins. Eek. There we go. Was it too hard? You're going to get both of them at once now, aren't you? Lovely. Perez up into P7. Okay. Oh my god, Russell's going to clear one of them in our lap. Wow. See how it's done, Perez? Get him and go. Right, go. Perez goes down the inside. Lovely little move on George Russell. Does. Time though, surely. Yeah, that's nothing George can do about that. Perez up into P7. Guys, his tyres could go pop in a few laps time. Although saying that, ours aren't really much better, so maybe not. But Russell goes past Perez. Is Perez going to go past Russell? Yes, he does. Russell goes in front of Perez. I am going to use ERS against one of my drivers, but it's crucial that Perez gets this.
We must do lift and coast every lap, or else we may not finish the race.
Yeah, Russell needs to lift and coast. Now. Then it's going to be Sergio Perez in P7 and P3 in the driver's standings. Not P2 like we wanted, but the car just wasn't there for it. And did Lawson get a punch on the last lap? No, somebody did get a punch on the last lap, but yeah, unfortunately, not P2 in the championship like we wanted, but we can only do so much at the end of the day. All sessions suspended. Oh dear, a couple of cars have run out of fuel. 75 game score for Constructors Champion.
7th place at the end of that one, and some points for the team.
75 game score again for Drivers Champion. Nice.
Great drive, adding to his impressive F1 podium tally.
What a great way to take their 3rd win this year. They've definitely found their form.
And that means, here in Sao Paulo, it's party time. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
And from our team in Sao Paulo, a big thank you for joining us this weekend.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
So the end of the race, and it was Alonso who won it from Tsunoda in his last race at Red Bull actually. Oh, he only beat Verstappen by 600ths. But it is Piastri, Norris, Lawson, Perez, Russell, Leclerc and Sainz who finish in the top 10. Russell won the championship by 46 points in the end, and Perez was 9 points off Verstappen and 3 points in front of Tsunoda. Yeah, that is that's the season finished. Pit stop standings, or we didn't quite get close enough to Alpine in the end, but we finished P6. That's solid. DHL F1. 149 points, 5.6 million we got from that. Wait, what? Jonathan Wheatley mentality is low. Why is that? We had a goal, we achieved it. Yeah, we did, to be fair. Look at that. P1 and P3 in the championship, and we go again in 2026. We go again. Right. Shall we continue? No, I'm going to leave that for next episode, actually. So if you have enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next one. Take care. Goodbye for now.